Don't look so surprised. You knew this day would come. But not like this. Not tonight.
The room went quiet so fast it felt like someone had turned the sound off. Forks hovered mid-air. A glass clinked once, then stopped. My grandmother stood at the head of the table, cheeks flushed, finger pointed straight at me. "Why," she shouted, "is there an elderly couple living in the vacation home I bought for you?" My chest locked. I could hear the hum of the oven, smell burnt sage from the stuffing. Everyone stared. "What are you talking about?" I said, my voice coming out thin. "I don't even have a summer house." My sister laughed. Not loud. Not wild. Just a soft, confident laugh, like she'd been waiting for this exact moment. "My name is Lydia Cross, I'm 15. And if you think you know how this ends, stay tuned." Grandma blinked, confused now. "Don't play games," she snapped. "I visited it last month. White porch. Blue shutters. You said thank you." I didn't say anything. I couldn't. My sister wiped her mouth with a napkin, still smiling. "Wow," she said. "Guess she forgot." "Forgot what?" Mom cleared her throat. Dad stared at his plate. No one defended me. The light above the table flickered once, then steadied, buzzing softly like it knew something I didn't. Grandma turned to my sister. "You were there," she said. "You showed me the place." My sister shrugged. "I helped manage it. Lydia's terrible with responsibility." That laugh again. The room relaxed around it. But my stomach dropped because suddenly I remembered something small. A key I'd never seen before. A document I'd never signed. And a door I'd never opened. And I realized the joke wasn't for the table. It was on me. Dinner resumed like nothing had cracked. Plates passed. Gravy spilled. Someone changed the subject to football. I sat there nodding, counting my breaths, watching the light above the table hum like a warning. Grandma kept glancing at me, puzzled, like she was trying to match two photos that didn't line up. After dessert, she cornered me by the hallway mirror. "Sweetheart," she whispered, "did something happen? You looked scared." "I don't have a house," I said again, saying it felt like pushing on a locked door. "I swear." Her mouth tightened. "I paid for it. Gish. Your sister handled the paperwork because you were young." Young. That word slid into place too easily. From the living room, my sister's laugh floated back, bright, careless. I caught my reflection in the mirror, split by the frame. I looked smaller than I felt. When Grandma went to the bathroom, my sister leaned in close, breath warm on my ear. "You should say thank you," she murmured. "It's rude not to." "For what?" I asked. "For trusting me." My hands curled into fists. I remembered her asking for my ID, just to help with forms. The envelope, she said, was college stuff. The way she always rushed me past questions. Doors I hadn't opened, because I didn't know they were there. That night I checked our family email from my phone. Buried under receipts and group threads was a forwarded message from months ago. "Deed recorded." My name was typed at the top. I scrolled. And there was the address. Not mine. But close enough to walk to. I waited until the house fell asleep. Not quiet, settled. The TV murmured downstairs. Pipes clicked. My sister's door closed with a soft, confident thud, like she had nothing to worry about. I sat on my bed with my phone glowing in my hands, the address staring back at me. The mirror on my closet door split my reflection down the middle. One side scared. One side sharp. I pulled on a hoodie and slipped out. The neighborhood was colder than I expected. Streetlights cast long shadows that felt like questions. I walked the 4 blocks slowly, counting steps the way I do when I'm nervous. When the house came into view, my stomach flipped. White porch. Blue shutters. Grandma hadn't imagined it. An elderly couple sat inside, light on, heads bent together at a small table. I stood on the sidewalk, heart hammering, smelling wet leaves and wood smoke. This was supposed to be mine. I didn't know how I knew that, but I did. I took photos. The mailbox. The porch. The couple's car in the drive. Proof matters when stories start to bend. On the way back, my phone buzzed. "Sister, where are you?" "Me, walking." "Sister, don't." That single word made my hands shake. Back home, I searched my sister's old laptop, the one she'd given me when she upgraded. In a folder labeled taxes, I found scanned IDs. My grandma's. And a lease agreement. Not a deed. A lease. Signed by someone else. The door I hadn't opened before finally swung wide. And behind it I saw exactly how she'd done it. And who she'd been charging rent to. The lease was dated 6 months ago. I stared at the signature line until my eyes burned. The name wasn't mine. It wasn't Grandma's either. My sister had signed as property manager, a title I didn't know she could give herself. My reflection hovered in the dark laptop screen, split and watching. Downstairs, a floorboard creaked. I shut the laptop and slid it back where I found it. The house felt awake now, listening. In the hallway mirror, I practiced my face. Neutral. Normal. Doors don't open if you look like you're carrying a crowbar. The next morning, Grandma cornered me again, softer this time. We'll visit the house today, she said. We'll clear this up. My sister appeared instantly like she'd been summoned. It's a long drive, she said brightly. And Lydia has a test. I can walk, I said. They both froze. A human pause. Too long. We drove anyway. My sister talked the whole way, filling the car with stories about paint colors and repairs. When we pulled up, the porch light was off. The elderly couple answered the door together, startled but kind. The woman smelled like lavender. The man held the door wide, confused. Grandma stepped forward. I'm sorry, she said. There's been a mistake. My sister laughed. No, there hasn't. I handed the woman the lease copy I'd printed. Do you pay rent to my sister? The woman nodded slowly. Every month. Grandma turned, slow, dangerous calm, to my sister. Where is the deed? My sister's smile slipped. Just a crack. And in that crack the truth leaned out. My sister recovered fast. That's private, she said, reaching for the paper like it was a napkin she could just fold away. Grandma didn't let go. The porch felt suddenly too small, the light over our heads buzzing like it wanted to be anywhere else. Private. Grandma repeated. I paid for this house. The elderly man cleared his throat. We've never met you before, he said gently to Grandma. Your granddaughter handles everything. Handles. The word landed heavy. I watched my sister's reflection in the glass door, how it split her smile in half. One side calm. One side sharp. We can discuss this later, she said, lowering her voice. Not in front of strangers. I stepped forward. They're not strangers. They live here. Silence snapped tight. The woman's hand trembled as she held the lease. Is this going to affect us? She asked. Grandma's face softened. No, she said firmly. It won't. My sister's eyes flashed. You don't know that. Grandma did something I'd never seen before. She took her purse, opened it, and pulled out a folder. Thick, worn, official. I keep copies, she said. Of everything. He handed me a document. The deed. My name printed clean and clear at the top. Not my sister's. My heart pounded. Then why? Because, Grandma said, turning to my sister, someone filed another set of papers. My sister laughed too loud now. You can't prove I did anything wrong. Grandma looked at the porch light, flicked it on, steady and bright. I already did, she said. And right then my sister's phone rang. She glanced at the screen. And for the first time all night, she didn't answer. My sister let the phone ring out. The sound cut through the porch like a siren that never quite arrived. Grandma didn't look away from her, not once. The elderly couple stood between us and the doorway, unsure where to put their eyes, like they'd walked into a scene they weren't meant to witness. Who was that? Grandma asked. My sister slipped the phone into her pocket. No one. Grandma nodded slowly. Funny, she said. Because my attorney usually calls from that number. The porch light stayed steady. No flicker this time. I noticed my sister's hand shaking, just a little, when she crossed her arms. A human slip. Inside we sat around the small dining table. The house smelled like soup and old books. Grandma laid out the papers in careful rows. The real deed, the fake filings, the lease, the bank transfers. Doors opening one by one. You charged rent, Grandma said. You forged management authority. And you lied repeatedly. My sister scoffed. I protected Lydia. She's irresponsible. I met her eyes. You stole from me. The word stole hung there, undeniable. The elderly woman reached for my hand. We just want to stay, she whispered. You will, Grandma said. Your lease stands. Her scheme doesn't. Outside, a car pulled up. Gravel crunched. A man's voice called Grandma's name. My sister stood abruptly. You can't do this to me. Grandma gathered the papers and rose. I didn't, she said. You did. The door opened. And with it, the room filled with consequences that didn't raise their voice, but didn't leave either. The attorney stepped inside like he'd been invited all along. Not rushed. Not angry. He shook Grandma's hand, nodded at the couple, then looked at my sister with a quiet kind of focus that made her straighten without meaning to. The door closed behind him. Thought. Final. They talked in measured sentences. Unauthorized filings. Fiduciary breach. Restitution. Words that sounded heavy but moved carefully like furniture being set back where it belonged. My sister kept interrupting, half-answers, jokes that didn't land. Each time the attorney waited her out. Silence does that. It exposes. I stood by the hallway mirror watching my reflection stay whole while hers fractured. Confidence slipping, then snapping back, then slipping again. The porch light outside glowed through the window, steady as a promise. Lydia, Grandma said gently, you don't need to speak anymore. My sister laughed once, sharp. You're choosing her. Grandma didn't hesitate. I'm choosing the truth. The elderly man cleared his throat. We can bring the receipts, he said softly. Every month. My sister's shoulders sagged. Just a little. Human. Boo. The attorney slid a card across the table. You'll be contacted, he said. Not a threat. A schedule. When we left, the night felt cooler. I breathed in leaves and wet stone. At the car, my sister said my name like it might still work. I opened my door and got in. Behind us, the house held its light. And for the first time since Thanksgiving, I felt the balance stop wobbling. And settle. The paperwork took weeks, but the truth moved faster. Grandma stayed calm through all of it, signing, calling, correcting, like she'd been waiting for the door to finally open. The attorney handled the filings. The bank reversed transfers. The forged authority dissolved the moment it was examined under real light. Quiet justice. Methodical. Unrushed. The elderly couple stayed. Their lease was honored, their rent redirected to an account with my name on it. Transparent, supervised. Grandma visited them every Sunday with soup and questions about their grandkids. The porch light welcomed her each time. My sister stopped laughing. She moved out before anyone asked. Messages went unanswered. Excuses dried up. Consequences don't shout. They reorganize your life without asking permission. At family gatherings, people stopped filling the silence for her. They let it sit. One afternoon, Grandma and I walked through the house. My house. Sunlight slid across the floor and settled by the hallway mirror. I stood there and saw myself whole. No split. No doubt. Keep it, Grandma said, pressing a key into my palm. And keep records. I nodded. I would. At Thanksgiving the next year, the table felt lighter. The light above it didn't flicker. When someone joked, it was just a joke. When someone laughed, it was clean. My name is Lydia Cross. I'm 15. I learned that trust doesn't disappear all at once. Sometimes it's leased out quietly, until you knock open the door and take it back.